You are now on deck.
I can sleep like. Sound as hell.
You fake sleep when you don't want to have sex with your man?
What? Yes. I don't even really snore. I talk in my sleep. That's how you know if I'm real asleep, is if I start talking in my sleep. But if I start snoring, I'm faking. I do like a light snore, like a.
So why you just don't leave him alone then? Why you got?
We all. You ain't never like, fake sleep or anything like that?
For the bills.
No.
That's bad.
You've never
baby.
like pretended to sleep. Have you ever not been in the mood?
When I'm tired?
Okay, so then what do? You go to sleep, right?
Yeah, before she gets in bed though.
It doesn't always. You can't always plan that way.
I mean, so I be tired.
Okay, so what if you tired and you go to bed and she gets in right behind you and starts?
Oh,
then what do you do?
Listen.
You wake up, huh?
Like, hey, listen, I'm tired, but it don't mean that my man downstairs tired.
Oh my God.
You know.
So the rest of your body wakes up.
The rest of it wake up. Once he get activated, he be like this. He be like.
He be tapping you like.
Let's go. It's time to put that work in.
Get up, bro.
Put that work in. There's nothing wrong with man. There's nothing wrong. That's sexy. When you get a hard on in the middle of the night, that's on.
If I'm asleep, I'm tired. I'm sorry. Like, it depends, but it can't be like a regular thing, like where you just wake me up in the middle of the night. Especially if I have like if I'm in a deep sleep in the middle of a good dream. Don't.
A ghost.
I'd be like, bro, I was making money.
String a bell, a ghost.
But you said who?
String a bell, a ghost.
Wait, who's Stringer Bell?
God knows. The Wire?
Like Idris?
Yeah.
Oh, Idris all day. I gotta go with the dark chocolate. Like all day. Nothing. He is fine as hell until I start hear him talking that English accent, like his real accent. I'll be like,
You tap
I
out?
I like him when he sounds like he had that Baltimore shit.
Oh my God, man.
I was like, yeah, I could run drugs for you. It's like I could do that. I would be the Tasha for him.
All right. Would you? Okay.
Nah, not in real life.
Hey, y'all, we'd like to welcome y'all to On Deck. My name is Lawyer Johnson.
And I'm Jasmine Jackson. Welcome. It is still very hot out here. It's so hot. It's so hot. Oh my God, I gotta invest in some like better makeup. Like do they make like non-sweat makeup?
No.
I don't know.
Just your face? That's non-sweat makeup, just your face.
I guess. No, but we really got some fun topics for you guys today. Well, I'm excited to talk about. I don't know.
You excited to talk about them?
I'm always excited to talk. You know, as comedians, that's what we love to do is talk all day.
Okay.
Like,
get into it then. Get into it. She loved these topics too. I like to thank the people that responded to the email link that we sent out, that sent in questions. So these are the questions we're about to expound on right now. So we're gonna let Jazz. You know she gonna put her stank on it. And I'm
just a little bit, little stank.
Yeah, she's gonna put a little stank on it. So it's gonna be real interesting. And, I don't know where it's gonna go at, but there's some good questions.
So one of the first questions that we got is, should you give someone oral sex on the first date?
Yeah, should you?
Yeah. Should you? Is that a thing? Like, how do you feel about giving oral sex, giving head on the first date?
How I feel about it?
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the situation. Now, if it's Rihanna, I'm gonna eat her vagina
I would eat Rihanna's vagina.
Like it's fried chicken with hot sauce on it.
I would eat Rihanna's vagina. That is not, realistically, that is not happening. It's not happening.
That's why I said it depends on the circumstance.
Okay, we're not talking about Rihanna. We're talking about Renee. If you go out on a date with Renee and she gives you head on the first date, I mean.
How would I respond to it?
Yeah, like.
It depends on her, It depends on her level. If she's at a 10 or she's at a 4. It depends on if I'm going to continue to talk to her or I'm going to kick her to the curb.
I don't know. I'm not giving head on the first date.
Why not though? How about you? This is how I feel about it. You don't know how it might go during the date, and how can I say the juices take control? I mean, your heart take control doing
on a first date.
Trust me, there's plenty of women and plenty of men that gave head on the first date.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's like, should it happen?
Should you?
Yeah, like I can't. First of all, I'll say this.
I don't think you should give a woman oral sex on the first date.
I think that's absolutely disgusting. Like
Why you say that, though?
on a first date. Listen,
about
I'll tell you
people
right now.
know-
If we go out on a date and you give me head on a first date, you're done.
And
Thank you for the head. I appreciate you. I'm not. That's disgusting. If you do that with me, you're just out here eating vagina.
How about his levels at 100?
Okay,
skill
well
levels
then
at
let me figure out what's wrong with you, because if you're at 100 on the first date, I'm like, okay, where's your wife? Where's your kids? Where's your baby mama? Like, there's no way. Like, you have to give it some time. You can't just accept like, oh,
Yeah,
oh, he was great. Yeah, of course. You
All right.
only spent 3 hours together. Of course, he's amazing.
So, dude, all right, my question for you, we're going to marginalize the question. Does women groupies, do groupies fit in this category? Being that let's say
groupie
basketball
rules are
player-
completely different. If you're a groupie, you have to give. You only have that night. You only have the first date.
Right, there you go.
But that's like borderline prostitution. They're getting paid in either attention or the experience, or just to have something to say, or just be able to tell something like, oh, whose dick I sucked, like like that's type of shit. But if we're talking about real dating, like, I'm gonna be 32 this year. I'm not sucking dick on the first date. I'm sorry.
So, what's your time frame as far as giving somebody some head?
Not the first date. It's like, I'm not sucking dick on the first date. I'm sorry. It's not happening.
What's the time frame though?
I don't think you could put a time frame on it, but like the first, even if we've been like texting or whatever and we set up, like, oh, you're gonna take me out, da 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 da. Like, first of all, especially if, number one, I'm not sucking your dick unless I really, really like you. And I feel like I can trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be around here sucking dick. Like, STDs are everywhere. Like, I'm sorry. So I have to really like you, okay? And then if I really like you, I'm probably gonna try and like save a little bit for later. Like, I feel like most
You don't
people,
want to push yourself out the door.
yeah, like, no, you can't move too fast. I feel like most women, like, if they really, really like you, they're not trying to give it up too fast. They're gonna try to, play the role a little bit. We gonna wait a little bit. Because at that point, my feelings involved, and I'm gonna be
what's your
pissed that I
advice?
sucked your dick and then you didn't
So
ignore
what's
my
your
text
advice for the
messages.
women that's out there right now? Like, you're not specifying what time frame, or should y'all be in a committed relationship for 6 months, 7 months, 8
Okay,
months?
no,
Like,
if you're waiting 6 months to suck his dick, he's probably getting his dick sucked by someone else. Like, that's just real talk. That's just real. I'm not saying that you have to wait like months and months and months, but like, okay, honestly, this is gonna sound really bad if I say it.
you would actually disown a individual if they give you head on the first night.
That's disgusting. As far as like, especially giving, yes. I think that you don't know me.
How about he do know you? How about if y'all been homies for the longest time, and then y'all start dating, he give you head? Does that
The first time, like, y'all mess around?
Does that exempt them from your list? Or how does that
No.
go?
If y'all know each other and have been around each other and kind of know each other, like, that's different. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about a first date, like, you go out, someone gets your phone number, y'all text or whatever, and then y'all go out on a date, and then y'all kiss on the first date. Things evolve that first night, and then he gives you head. I'm like, that's gross. Like, you don't really know me. You haven't even really had enough time to get to know if I'm a hoe or
Your living
not.
conditions and all of that.
Like, none of that. You don't know how I wash myself. You never seen my room. You never seen my house. You never seen my car, probably. Like, the inside of my car. Like,
that makes sense, though. That's a
like,
valid
you don't know.
point.
Listen, my rule used to be, if we're not smashing raw, I'm not sucking your dick. It's like, because the same diseases and shit I can get from wearing a condom are now on my mouth if I'm giving you head.
That's true.
Like, people don't think about this. Like,
so what time frame should couples place themselves in far as going raw?
I mean, I feel like with everyone it's different. Like, if you're in a relationship and obviously like you guys are both committed to each other and you guys trust each other, then by all means
go raw
away. Like like that's whatever. But if the second that you get an inkling that something is up, and even then, honestly, because people can portray themselves to be faithful when they're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all on you. It's all on you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I prefer to smash without condoms, but I also prefer to smash like someone that I'm like.
I'm pretty sure men prefer
yeah,
to
but that
smash
doesn't mean that
without
I would do it, but like that I do it. But that's why I like to be like in a committed relationship, so that we can raw.
How far will you go if you're in a committed? All right, if you're in a committed relationship and I'm pretty sure your standards are here, would you go to the extreme? Put it down, so okay, your standards are here. She said that I didn't say that. I gave her, 5 stars. Would you go to the extremes to have an individual blood work ran?
If I was the responsible adult that I should be, then absolutely. In theory, yes. Before anybody has sex or any sexual relations with anybody, they should be going to the clinic together. They should be getting tested together. They should be waiting for the results before they do any type of thing. But let's be real, that's not happening. Like, have you ever been to the clinic with someone, like, to make sure, like, let's make sure our papers are straight? Like,
no, not really.
Exactly. But we should be. But we should be doing that. Like,
we should be doing that.
Like, because anybody can say, "Oh yeah, I get tested all the time." Because then the other question is, well, how often are you smashing random people where you feel like you need to get tested that often?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you have to have some kind of maturity level. There is a maturity level. And I can't say what age. Sometimes it's just the individual. They just mature enough to know that certain things they can do and certain things they won't do. And at the end of the day, you have to protect yourself. I wouldn't advise nobody to eat vagina on the first date, but I mean, sometimes your emotions take over, whereas you just want to be so intimate and wrapped up in the individual where you go down and give a woman a head, or a woman to go down and give a man a head because of the situation. And the emotional connection can lead you to do things that you'll sit back and think about the next morning. Like, why did I do that? But it's too late. You're just caught up in the love.
No, I'm telling you right now. Like, listen, I've been in love and I've never given head on the first date. Like, I've met him and everything has been perfect.
But that's just you. But I guarantee you, it's millions of people out there.
Oh yeah.
That's probably gave a man head, or a woman gave.
Listen, it happens. Like, it happens. Like, I'm not gonna fault people. Like, I understand that it gets wrapped up. The question is, should you?
No.
Absolutely.
I say no. I
like,
say no. And the reason why I say no,
you don't even know this person.
Because all the saying the diseases out there, we ain't even talking about like herpes, hepatitis, gonorrhea, just so many avenues you can go down far as with diseases. So my suggestion is no, unless they have a tongue condom or something like that.
And even then, so like, listen. So if you go on a date with somebody, he's about to give a girl head and brings out like a whole, like, I don't know if it's a dental dam or whatever that shit is. I feel like that just takes all the sexiness out of it. If he's like, oh, hold on. And I'm like, you planned on you from the beginning.
He's taking precautionary measures.
I mean, but even then, I'd be like, don't get me wrong. I have no problem getting head, but I'm not giving it on the first date.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I cannot.
No.
I look at you like, what? What? You kidding me?
So what you think about? This is a question somebody asked us as well. Do you think you should come into a relationship or a marriage in debt?
In debt? Not in... If you're going into a relationship with whatever, everything is still separate at that point. So...
Would you have transparency?
Not in the beginning, no. My finances are none of your business. Now, if we are growing into something and then now we're talking about like...
Purchasing a house or something?
Yeah, like stuff like that, then we can talk about that kind of stuff. Now, if I'm crazy in debt, that's something that's probably going to come up. I'm not helping you out with your debt just in there because we don't even know where this is going. I'm not going to be sitting here paying off, making payments and stuff like that for you when it's a 3-4 month relationship. Like, I'm not doing it. But if this is growing into something, we can at least talk about like, hey, let's budget. Let's figure out how you are going to make these payments and I'll help you that way. But until we are making a life together, like, your finances are none of my business.
I wouldn't get married. I wouldn't get into no marriage
with someone that like that where you have debt or they have debt.
It doesn't matter, either or. I wouldn't get into a marriage with anyone with debt, and I wouldn't get into a relationship with somebody if I have debt. I wouldn't.
But some people would see that as a way out. Like, ooh, got money,
you have to be.
they gonna pay my bills. Just.
I think you have to be responsible to an extent. And the reason why I said I wouldn't get married to an individual being in debt, because if we come together, I'm coming together so we can enjoy life as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And you can't enjoy life as a whole if you have a big old ball behind you. Like, you want to be to that point where she have money, I have money. You know what I'm saying? At least 75% of our money is going into saving, and the rest is to take care of the bill. You wanna enjoy life. You can't enjoy life. Trust me, you can't enjoy life
like while being in
debt. Yeah.
But even then, I don't expect any man to like put his own money necessarily into like my finances and my debt. But like, if we're in a relationship and we're working like on building a life together, then yes, I expect your help as far as like, hey, like, can we budget? Can we put something together? Can you help me? Like, obviously, if your credit is good, then you know what the hell you're doing. So shit, sit me down, figure out, okay, so this is how much you owe, this is how much you're making, let's budget, let's do this, we'll put this much here, this. And at least that way, like, you're not helping me financially as far as you paying for stuff.
Yeah, she's just helping you with
But you're gonna help me as far as like how to allocate my funds so that I can get out of debt. Like, that's what I expect from my guy. Like, I don't need your money, but your expertise, I'll take that, because education is everything. Like, knowledge is wealth. Knowledge is power. So that's what I expect from you. So yeah, if we're dating, and that's with anything. If I'm like, I don't know, because even some guys aren't good with money, so they can go to that girl, or she's like, okay, because a lot of relationships, like, the guy will make the money, he sends, the female will take care of like paying the bills and make sure everything is allocated correctly. Like, it's supposed to be 50-50, but I should be able to take something from you as far as that goes. Like, I don't need to take your money necessarily, but like, teach me. Yeah, like, you don't need to go to Sephora, you don't need to be at Forever 21, you don't need to be shopping at Fashion Nova.
Should be at Goodwill.
Like, you should be at Goodwill.
That's true though, man. We prideful people. We can be in debt, but we'll still feel like we supposed to have the Michael Jordans. We supposed to have, the expensive name brand clothes when we in debt. And sometimes it take, I have been on both sides of the spectrum, so I'm speaking from experience. Sometimes you have to slow down. Sometimes you have to sit back and look at, all right, what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right. Or, the biggest thing is how many takers you have around you and how many givers you have around you. And then you have to start marginalizing that and start chopping off that fat so you can be in a position to pay off your debt and move towards being productive and financially secure. So it's never too late to learn how to control your finances.
You know what? But I will say this. it's one thing to be in debt. Like we all have like debts.
Everybody has
you know what I'm
debt.
saying?
It's good debt.
But if it's like your car, you're paying off a house, your student loans, anything like that.
Yeah.
But if you are like broke, you don't need to be dating anybody.
That's true.
Like you don't need to be dating anybody.
That's true.
Like that's one thing I'm sorry. Like I remember I tried like dating this one dude. He had no money, and I was like, bruh, like I can't even be with somebody like you because I feel like you don't have your head on straight. You shouldn't be trying to take me out on dates, trying to get some pussy. When you like,
that's true,
when
though.
you
I mean,
owe money on, like you're hella in debt. You have all of these past due notices and stuff like that. Like I can't. Why are you trying to take me out on a date when you have these bills that are due right now? I can't, like, and it's not that serious. Like,
I remember I was in LA probably I want to say like 4 years ago, and I was on the same ticket as TK Kirkland, legendary comedian, man. Who raised you? And he was saying in his comedy bit that a man shouldn't even date no woman unless he had 25,000 saved up. I'm like, why would he say that?
25,000.
Yeah, because and you know what I'm saying. Listen, and I can understand where he's coming from because he's saying that women love to travel and they like to do things.
I mean, yes, we do, but I feel like realistically, like, I don't know. I've never met a $25,000 saving ass nigga. Like
I'm just saying.
I mean,
but that's
maybe
what
I have that. I just
you
don't
probably
know.
don't have to have 25,000 saved up, but he's from his standpoint.
That makes me feel hella broke right now. I'm like,
from his standpoint, he said I wouldn't even date no woman unless I have at least $25,000 in the bank because he said women love to travel and they like to do nice things.
But even with that, you're only going if you're just trying to make money to travel with a woman. Like that's for what? Like he's not settled down with anyone. You know what I'm saying? That's not like a settled down.
I don't think he mean like you. I don't think he mean like the settle down. Just you need to have enough money where you can enjoy and replenish at the same time. I think that's his point of view.
I get it. Maybe I need to raise my standards because I am not dating.
I think you should. I think that you should. I think that you should date towards what you can afford.
Absolutely, yeah.
You should date toward what you can afford. Like like me personally, I can't afford to take a woman out every weekend going to like Red Lobster or you know what I'm saying, all these expensive restaurants.
You said Red Lobster was an expensive restaurant. It is though.
I mean, for us it's expensive. Like
for two people, listen. When it's by yourself, that's like one thing. You add a second person on, maybe a drink or two.
What is it, roof Chris? That's what you consider expensive. All right, let's say we go throw that in the equation.
You know,
all right. I'm just saying, I don't.
Something.
I know my limit. I know my limitation, and I think the same thing apply to women as well. Some women try to put on this facade, like their lifestyle is $1 million lifestyle, when really they don't have a $1 million lifestyle. They just want to be around individuals so they could treat them like they have $1 million lifestyle, which is totally stupid.
My whole thing is like, because a lot of females can't. I won't say a lot of females. I would say some females who are out going on dates and stuff like that, accepting all these free meals, like they can't afford the meals themselves. So they will accept a date from anybody. I'll tell you this. So so my dad always taught me like, don't order the most expensive. Like, don't order anything that you can't afford to pay for yourself. If someone's taking you shopping or someone's gonna pay for your meal, like if that bill comes to you, like you should be able to pay for your portion. So don't be ordering chicken strips when you're paying for it usually, and then someone offers to take you out, and then you're like, okay, I'll have the ribeye. Like, if you can't afford to pay for that ribeye by yourself, then you don't order it.
Just in case you be like, I don't like your conversation.
Right.
Break out.
Because if he
pay for our own
leaves,
bill.
he said you should be able to pay for your own meal, and you should always have cab fare. Obviously, this is back in the day, so you should have Uber fare, you know. But I feel like some of these females, like, they just be accepting dates, like, oh, he gonna take me here, like. Bitch, make sure that you can afford that for yourself. Because if he has to go to the bathroom when the bill comes and you stuck with that shit, like. But I'm the type of feel like I like to eat. So if I go anywhere and they have a ribeye on the menu, I'm gonna order it. And that's whether I'm paying for it or you're paying for it or whoever's paying for it. I'm going to get the ribeye.
But if you're going out on the first date, do you think Do you think a man's supposed to pay for the first meal?
I think that yes. Okay, I do think that the man should pay, but
Because that's normalized.
yes, but I have never really asked a dude like on a date per se, but if like there was this dude that I was dating and I asked him, I was like, hey, do you want to go grab some lunch? He's like, yeah, of course. So in that case, like, yeah, I'll pay. Like I asked you if you want to go. Like I'm not, you don't have to pay for every meal. Because I also don't like people paying for me. Like it's hard for me to accept that from somebody. Like for them just to be paying. But for the first date, I think that, yeah. Like,
So how about once y'all in a relationship, how does it go with you?
Oh, then it's like, I'm not gonna say 50-50.
I mean,
I'm not gonna say 50-50, but I will say the majority of the time in any relationship that I've been in, the guy has paid for more stuff, but you know, like maybe not every other time, but like every other time, I'll be like, no, I got it. Like let me I got it.
Why don't you do half and half though?
I mean, but also the guys that I dated won't let me do it. They won't let me do it.
But at least you are considerate. I have been in situations where a woman, they never pay for anything. You know, every time you.
Did you think that maybe that's your fault?
Yeah, that's my fault because I let it go to that. You know, so I let it go to that.
Because you already set up
extreme.
that expectation where you're like, no, I got it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Like
I mean,
time.
I do. Like, don't get me wrong. I will do the fake purse. Like, let me,
No, don't do it. I don't
like,
got it.
oh, are you sure? Really? Oh, thank you. You were so sweet. But at least I do that. Like some females don't do that. They just look at you like they bring the bill and they just or be on their phone.
I don't think you should be with an individual like that. They're not even considerate of paying for half or even just entertaining the thought to ask you.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I was just raised differently. I don't know. But
that's good.
But I will offer to pay. But honestly, dating is expensive. I can never be a man. Ever. I can never, ever, ever be a man. I don't know how y'all do it. So, mad respect to y'all because dating is expensive.
It is definitely expensive.
And I will say this, bitches are expensive. I don't mean to call y'all bitches, but bitches are expensive. Like, for you to be dating multiple women, like taking out people out on dates all the time, like that's expensive. I don't even like paying for myself to go out to eat. I can only imagine paying. Like, I mean, because I'm gonna get the extra large. I'm gonna get an extra side. Like I'm gonna get the I know that cheese and bacon are extra. Let me get double that. Cause if I was paying for it for myself, that's what I would get anyway.
That makes sense though.
So I can only imagine. Like I don't understand how y'all.
I don't do that no more. I just have one individual and that's it. So I mean, and the thing I like about her is she cooks a lot. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's another thing. Like you should. That's a whole other like. When it comes to in the dating in the beginning, yes, there should be like 1 or 2 dates where you're going out. But after that, first of all, my father was a frugal man, not a cheap man, but he's frugal. He knows how to save money. Like he knows the value of $1. So when it comes to like going out and stuff, we didn't do that growing up. The first time I had an appetizer, I was like 19, 20 years old. I didn't know what an appetizer was. I went to like this restaurant with my ex-boyfriend and his family, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I know. We'll start out with the spinach dip, and then this and da da da." And I was like, "What the hell is that? What the hell is an appetizer? You order food before you get your food?" My dad did not do that.
You go get the Happy Meal.
It was just your meal. Like we're gonna order these waters. You're gonna eat your food, and there's no desserts. That's it. So the first time I heard of an appetizer, I was like, what?
This is so cool.
Okay. Like, so when it comes to being frugal, like, I got that. So the first couple times that we go out, whatever, we can go out, do whatever. After that, I'm like,
Do you like to cook?
It depends.
Meal prep?
I used to meal prep a lot. But like, yeah, I like a guy that can cook and that knows how to save money. We don't have to go out every, like.
That's cool.
I appreciate a man who will cook for me, especially if it tastes good. Because I have had cooking where I'm like...
Oodles and noodles? You oodle noodle, baby?
I'll be like
Oodles and noodles is enticing. If you cut up some beef sausages in it and throw some hot sauce.
Okay, that
butter,
sounds like jail food. That sounds like.
But it depends on your standards.
We're past that.
Will you lower your standards to eat some oodles and noodles? How about your man eating some oodles and noodles out of a pack?
I mean, listen, I'll eat it, but that's not like we have to be dating for a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to be.
How about he boil some water, put it in the cup, and smash the oodles noodles up, and throw it in the cup.
I'd be like, so how long?
And throw some plastic on it so it could go ahead and dissolve. And then he throw some smash some crackers up, and stir it in, and start eating. Will you drop your bar down something to eat with him?
Listen, if a dude makes oodles and noodles with the works like that, I'd be like, so how long were you in for? Like, so what did you get popped for, son? Like, what? Who does this in regular life? Now, don't get me wrong, we're on lockdown and shit. Like, that shit is perfectly acceptable now. But outside of that, like, what? Are you kidding me right now?
If he start doing push-ups, will you?
Oh, bruh.
He wear the do-rag, he start doing push-up, and then he have a tattoo on his arm that say mosquito. Would you date that dude?
No, I'm not. I'm like, okay. No, absolutely not. Yeah. You got me messed up.
It's cool, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes, we had fun. I hope y'all had fun.
I did too, man. It was good topics. We make sure y'all, man, this is what I want everybody to do. Make sure y'all look down on the screen, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you go to both our pages, like our pages, follow us, and continue to tune in, man. My name is Lawyer Johnson. I'm your host for the day.
And I am Jasmine Jackson. I'm your other host for the day.
That's right. She's the other host for the day.
Well, y'all enjoy the rest of your day, and blessings to you all.
Blessings, man. Tune in next week to On Deck, man.
On Deck.
Peace.